I'm down here. Thanks to the gods you've heard me. Can you please try to get me out of this damn ravine somehow? Thank you. Thank you very much. Is there perhaps a long rope lying around up there? The damn goblins must have taken it after they left me in this hole. I climbed in this ravine with a rope because there are valuable crystals down here. I wanted to surprise my wife with a crystal for our wedding anniversary. But when I reached the bottom, goblins came. They pulled up the rope and said I could slowly and quietly starve to death in this place. Use your magic to help me. That should do it. What? What do you mean I can't use magic? Every little child can cast at least a few spells. Please try it at least once. The ravine is strongly connected to magic because of the many crystals. Even you, who have never done magic in your life, should be able to work some spells here. Unfortunately, I can't do that. I'm too exhausted now, so I can't cast magic. But you can do it. Believe me. Concentrate and imagine using your magic to free me from this hole. See, friend? I told you it would work. May the gods bless you for your good heart. Yes, I am an elf. Is that a problem? What kind of questions are these? We are in Onneros, our homeland. What? You're not from this world? Have you overworked yourself with magic before, and now you are saying crazy things? You're right. I've never seen clothing like that before. Wait a minute. I know you! Yes, I have seen you. At least on the wanted posters. And how rude of me for not bowing to the Prince of Men. Your Highness, it is an honor to meet you personally. My name is Ralokas Sunshard. I am a warrior and tracker of the Elf Kingdom. Thank you again for saving my life. Finally, there will be peace everywhere. Come on, we have to get to the human capital quickly. Your father will be overjoyed to see you again. Why not? Then prove it to me, young man. Prove to me that you really come from another world and that you are not lying. What is this magical relic? A phone? And what can it do? Just a moment. Are you saying that you can use this phone to communicate with other people who also have one? Even though they may be thousands of miles away? And all of that without any magic? Yes, I believe you. Only beings from another world could create something like this. Eve, one of my best friends, who is one of the best magicians in Onneros, can't do something like your phone. Even though I don't fully understand how this can work without any magic. The reason why I thought you were the Prince of Men who had risen from the dead is because of this wanted poster. The similarity is amazing, isn't it? And the promised reward of 20,000 gold coins isn't bad either. That's why you should be very careful now. The old king had already thrown 8 imposters who pretended to be his son into prison. It's all a bit too much for you at once, friend. So let me explain everything to you. As I said before, you are in Onneros, a world full of magic. There are several species of living creatures, but only 4 large and strong kingdoms. One is the Elven Kingdom from which I come. It's located way up north. The other is the Desert People Empire in the south. They all live in a vast and dangerous desert called the Dead Steppe. These creatures are powerful magicians and ride giant scorpions. The third kingdom lies to the east, in the jungles of Adu. The Snake People rule there, beings who are part snake and part human. The last kingdom is that of the humans. It lies in the west, very close to the bottomless sea. The kingdoms have distrusted and hated each other since the end of the Golden Empire. They have also waged war against each other for decades, until the prince you look like was born. He was completely different from all human rulers from the west before him. Even at a young age, he stood out with his great kindness towards others and his big heart. Due to his long lineage of sorcerers, the Prince of Men became a strong magician and incredible swordsman in just a short time. But this human wanted even more. His greatest dream was to bring peace to all of Onneros and to ensure that all species could live in peace with each other. As a young adult, the prince traveled all over the world, met with ambassadors from other kingdoms, and tried to build friendships with other species. Some of the ruling families even wanted to meet him personally, but unfortunately, that never happened. Uzahr Eben, an evil and powerful magician of the black arts, and eldest son of the Desert King, came to power in the Dead Steppe. He killed his father and began to raise a huge army to conquer all of Onneros. His 2 younger brothers, Vemonar and Uzahr, tried to stop Uzahr, but he defeated them and put both of them and all of their followers in chains. After this victory, the wizard was sure nothing and no one could stop his great conquest. But before the false Desert King marched off his army, he sent assassins to the other kingdoms. These desert people were trained by Uzahr himself, and they wreaked havoc wherever they came, especially in the kingdom of the Serpent People. The goal of this heinous act was to weaken the other species so that it would be easier for the mad magician to conquer the other kingdoms. When the false Desert King marched north with a massive army of desert people, magically created monsters, and scorpions, almost all the human kingdom's warriors sent to stop them fled in fear. But one person bravely stood against Uzahr and his army at the edge of the Dead Steppe. Surely you can guess it was the Prince of Men. In full armor and with the sword in his hand, he demanded that the magician stop his madness. Uzahr just laughed at him and challenged the prince to a duel. What followed is impossible to describe in words. Both were strong magic users. The Prince of Men fought with his sword while the desert sorcerer rained his black arts upon him. After a long and hard battle, the young prince killed Uzahr. Before he died, however, the mage conjured up a huge demon fire that burned the prince to ashes. Even his armor and sword were melted. When the human king heard of the death of his beloved son, he almost lost his mind because of his grief. He immediately wanted to take revenge on the desert people and wipe them all out, even those who didn't support Uzahr. Only an ancient oracle could calm the old ruler as she prophesied that the prince would eventually be reborn and bring peace to our world. This all happened 2 years ago. The wanted posters with the prince's face were displayed throughout the human kingdom and also at the borders. And while the humans wait hopefully and impatiently for the return of the future king, the Dead Steppe is suffering. The hatred of the other races has increased greatly because of Uzahr's crimes. Although Vemonar tried very hard to make peace with the other kingdoms after he became the new Desert King, his offer of friendship fell almost entirely on deaf ears. Only in the north, in my homeland, was his offer accepted. The assassins of Uzahr never made it to the Elven Kingdom, and so we did not lose any of our dearest. That's how I met Vemonar and Uzahr, and we became good friends. And while my people slowly built up a friendship with the desert dwellers, the hatred of the other 2 kingdoms towards the Dead Steppe only grew. For months, the Snake People have regularly set out into the desert to plunder the villages and towns and capture the residents as slaves. Many of these poor desert people are then immediately executed. Yep, it's a long and complicated story, and yes, the fact that the desert people have to suffer because of the crimes of a complete idiot is unfair, but none of us can change that, friend. Of course. How can I help you? For this, you will have to go east if you want to try to open a portal that leads back to your home world. The jungles of Adu are even more connected to magic than this ravine. According to legend, Adu, the god of snakes and magic, created the first magic and the first snake people in this very place. This is also the reason why these reptiles have such a strong connection with magic. I don't know if it could work. We just have to try. I'll take you there. You will never find the way alone. Yes, I have to go with you. After all, you freed me from the ravine, and now you just happen to need someone who knows their way around a world that is foreign to you. At your command. This is the route to the jungles of Adu. If we hurry, we'll be there in about 2 till 3 hours. Welcome to the jungles of Adu. Now, we have to be very careful. The snake people could be anywhere. If they find us, they will either kill us, enslave us, or eat us whole. Yes, I feel it too. With every step we take deeper into this thicket, the magic becomes stronger and stronger. Oh, before I forget. Put on this hooded cloak. If someone sees your face and thinks you are the resurrected prince, we have a huge problem. And the dagger will protect you somewhat. No, I can no longer see your face. Let's move on. What is it? Did you hear something?
I thought I smelled an elvish stench. If I were you, I would drop the dagger. Or do you want to see how easily I can smash your friend's head with my morning star?
Don't do that, friend. Do not drop your weapon. This is Stamous Hager, the general of the Snake Men. He will lock us in cages and then execute us for trespassing on their territory.
I knew you were sensible young human. Would be very hard to see your friend die, wouldn't it? Tie them both up, men. We'll take both of them to the capital. And don't forget to put a magic bracelet on the elf. We don't want him to attack us with magic out of nowhere. With this half portion of a human, the bracelet is not necessary. I very much doubt he can do any magic at all. Come on, get in the cage.
Well, at least there are others in here besides us, so we won't be bored. Yes, I know. That was a stupid joke on my part. Now, we have to escape somehow. Maybe you can make one of the snake women fall in love with your irresistible charm. You already have the look for it. Then, she could persuade Stamous to spare us and let us go free. Okay, I'll stop with the jokes.
I think the gods have stolen my mind. Is that you, Ralokas Sunshard?
Uzahr Eben, old desert mouse, good to see you. Yes, friend. This is the Prince Uzahr Eben I told you about.
And friends of this long year are also my friends.
But now speak, Uzahr. Why are you a prisoner of these slimy reptiles? And where is Vemonar?
The snakemen attacked us at dawn 5 days ago. No declaration of war or provocation. We tried to stop them with our giant scorpions, but these reptiles killed almost all of them. Then they captured me, my brother, and many of our subjects and burned the desert palace. Today these beasts want to execute Vemonar. Because of the crimes of my big brother, Edefiar. The snake people are completely ignoring the fact that we tried to stop him from his conquest, and that we had nothing to do with his madness.
Oh no, the execution has already begun.
Brave people of the Serpent, today we are gathered here to seek justice for our slain loved ones, because today the last blood relatives of the insane desert magician will die.
This damn monster. They will kill Vemonar. Then come here quickly and help me break the bars of the cage, friend. Once we're out of here, we can still save Vemonar.
Guys, that's no use. The cage is forged from steel from the Dark Mountain. It is completely impossible to break open.
Do you have a better idea? I definitely won't stand here and watch my brother die.
Hello, King Vemonar.
Stamous.
We'll do this briefly. On your knees with you. Today, your family will pay for their crimes.
How many times do I have to say that I and Uzahr had nothing to do with Edefiar's deeds? We hated him. He killed our father to wear the crown himself.
I said, get on your knees.
No. We have to be able to do something.
We need magic to save Vemonar.
Great idea, Ralokas. Both of us and all my warriors have these bracelets that prevent us from using magic.
Not all of us, Uzahr. Yes, you can do it. You just have to concentrate.
Please, at least try, friend. I beg you to save my brother.
Now breathe very slowly. Let the magic from this place flow into every cell of your body.
In the name of the Serpent Kingdom, I, General Stamous Hager, sentence you, Vemonar Eben, to death for the crimes of your people.
Yes! Your friend did it, Ralokas! He melted the entire cage with his magic! You heard him, warriors of the desert! Engage these reptiles so we can save Vemonar! Attack! And show them what you're all made of!
Friend, look out! You're about to lose your hooded cloak.
You? How did you free yourself from the cage? You were probably lucky. And I underestimated you. But don't worry. It won't happen again.
By the gods, it's you, the Prince of the Western people. Got it. I'll help the others. Good luck against that idiot.
That's why you're able to free yourself so easily, Your Majesty. After all, you are supposedly one of the best magicians to have ever lived. And it seems that the ridiculous prophecy from that puny old witch has come true. You have truly returned from the dead, Prince of Men. You're not a prince? Humble just like the rumors say. Did you lose your mind when you were reborn? Or am I supposed to understand that you are protecting the brothers of your murder? Apparently you haven't learned anything despite your death, Prince. These desert dogs are all the same. They don't deserve to be alive, and I won't stop until every one of them is dead, and my beloved wife is avenged. It won't be hard to get past you. If I fight you now, I'll at least warm up a bit before I kill Vemonar and Uzahr. It's been a long time since someone challenged me to a duel. You are challenging me to a duel, aren't you? Alright. Agreed. Stop! Everyone, stop fighting! Brave people of the Serpent. The sacred right of blood was proclaimed. The Prince of Men wants to protect the Brothers of Edifier with his own life, and has therefore challenged me to a duel. If he wins, both of them and all their subjects will be released. But if I win, Vemonar and Uzahr will die as planned. To be honest, I have to thank you, Prince of Men. Ever since I heard about your supposed strength in combat and your skill with the sword, I have wanted to fight you at least once. Now I'll finally see with my own eyes whether there's anything real to these stories about you. And do not worry, I'm not going to kill you. Instead, I will break all of your limbs, and then I will send you back to your father, broken and in pieces. But first, you'll watch as all your desert friends die. I have no idea what that thing is in your hand and how you created that music, but none of this will save you. Though you are right. That's good music. You fought well, Prince of Men. Now, go ahead. Give me a warrior's honorable death, so that I can be reunited with the one I love. What? Why? Why did you spare me? Did you steal that from a book or poem? Violence only leads to more violence and death. You are far too merciful on the battlefield.
Maybe you should follow his example, General Stamous.
Princess Kanade, you are here. I didn't notice you at all. Please, forgive me.
Forgiveness given.
I thought you didn't want to be present at the execution, Your Highness.
I didn't want to until I was told that one of the prisoners was the Prince of Men reincarnated. Would you mind coming with me for a moment, Your Highness? There's something we need to discuss. Come on. I know a place where the two of us can talk undisturbed. Stamous, nothing will happen to the prisoners until I get back. Is that clear?
As you wish, Your Highness.
Nobody will bother us here. Allow me to introduce myself to you properly. I am the Serpent Princess Kanade Westwood, daughter of the late King and Queen and the future ruler of this kingdom. That's right. Snake people with royal blood have the upper body of a human, and the lower body ends in a long snake's tail. The others have 2 legs, just like you humans. No, you don't need to introduce yourself. I already know everything about you. Because I've been admiring you for a long time. Why? You are the first Prince of Men who wants the world to be ruled by peace instead of violence and war. The ambassador of our kingdom told me that you are very honorable, gracious, and humble, and he wasn't lying. After all, I saw it with my own eyes today. You protected the brothers of Edifier without hesitation, and spared Stamous despite his words. You prove again that our ambassador was not wrong about you. No prince would ever say that he wasn't the one. You place yourself on an equal footing with all the residents of Onneros. You mean you're from another world and that thing you pulled out before your fight with Stamous isn't magic? What is it then? It is called a phone? Wow, what can it do? Play music? So the music from before came from that? What else can it do? Oh, of course, sorry. I wanted to talk to you for a specific reason. I would like to ask you to marry me. Yes, I'm serious. I don't care that you're not the Prince of Men. And the fact that you came from another world doesn't matter to me either. The good qualities of the prince were reborn in you when you came into this world. Fate doesn't interfere with the fact that you are not of noble blood. What I mean is that I think you weren't brought into this world through this portal by pure chance. Because last night I had a dream. I walked through the kingdom. All my subjects were doing well and they were all happy. There was enough food for everyone and no one had to go hungry. And there was a person at my side. At first, I thought it was the Prince of Men reincarnated, but now I'm absolutely sure it was you. You were by my side, and through you, my home experienced prosperity and peace. So please, allow me to be your queen. And please be my king. Yes, of course. If you marry me, the raid into the Dead Steps will stop and all prisoners will be released immediately. Thank you, my human. Come on, let's tell the others.
Your Highness, you're back. Is everything fine?
More than fine, General. Beloved people of the Serpent, today the gods have blessed us, because I and the Prince of Men have decided that we will enter into an alliance together, with a marriage. Is there something you want to say, Stamous?
No, Your Highness. Besides my congratulations on your excellent choice, the Prince is a strong and honorable warrior. You will be a good husband. You heard the fiancé of our princess? Release all prisoners and take away their magical bracelets.
Friend, thank you for saving Venomar's life. I am forever in your debt.
Just like me. I, too, can only say thank you for saving all of us here from being executed. I hereby extend to you my friendship and the full support of the Dead Steppe, Prince of Men. You don't need to show me how humble you are anymore. I've known that for a long time. Please, accept our friendship anyway.
Vemonar, Uzahr, would you mind leaving me alone with the prince for a moment?
No, of course not, Ralokas. We'll wait with the others then.
Are you sure that you want this? I mean, do you really want to marry the princess of the Snake People? Are you really sure about that? You wanted to return to your world and your family. And you're absolutely sure that you really aren't the Prince of Man reincarnated? Because you think and act exactly like him right now. In order to protect all of us and the Dead Steps, you are sacrificing the chance to see your family again. Yes, you are right. This was the only way to save us all. Vemonar and Uzahr will return to the Dead Steps. I will accompany them both briefly and then return to my beloved wife. She'll never believe me about anything that happened. I also hope that we will see each other again. Then I can actually address you as Your Majesty. May the gods of this place watch over you, human from another world. Guys, it's time to go home. Come on, let's wait no longer.
How right you are, old long-ear.
Goodbye, Prince of Men. Hopefully, we will see each other in the future.
Please don't worry. I'm sure you'll see them again. I said that you are the prince reincarnated to protect you. If the other species learn that you are not from Onneros, they might see you as a possible threat. And I don't want to risk that. Only the people we trust most will know your true origins. Now you must, above all, be taught the traditions of my people. It would be embarrassing if the future king of the snake people didn't know what the mountains and valleys in our kingdom are called, how best to get there, and how to be a good ruler. It's best we start right away. Come, I'll take you to the royal teacher who also taught me.